Hey everyone, it is Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about module number 7. Now, module 7 is exciting because it is the next to the last module we have in this course. This is also the last of the material we have to cover before the course ends. Remember, in module 8, all we have is the final exam and the link to turn in journals 7 through 12. So this week we're going to be finishing up our survey of the modern art movements, futurism, surrealism, abstract expressionism, and then we have a documentary. The documentary is amazing. It's about this lady who buys a painting at a thrift shop as a joke for a friend, and it turns out it could be an undiscovered work by Jackson Pollock. She bought the painting for $5. Today she's asking $50 million. So the documentary kind of traces the development of that authentication process. So it's really a fascinating and also a local story because she is particularly from Costa Mesa. So with that, let's head over to the Canvas site. I'll walk you through Module 7. All right, here we are on the Canvas site, Module 7. Up top, the video you're watching, our action plan for the week. Our first lecture is very short because it's a very short art movement. It is on futurism, our study guide, and then the further exploration section. So here, what we have are a couple readings. We have just an introduction to futurism, but also really important, we have the Futurist Manifesto. This is important to read. It's our first manifesto of art, and you can also have it read to you down here. That's up to you. We also have an idea of futurism outside of art in this video here. So I'm going to jump actually all the way down to journal number 11 because that's where this is tied into. So futurism is a very political art movement. It brings us right to the edge of World War I, and it is short-lived because all these artists go off and they die in World War I. So once again, make sure you've read the Futurist Manifesto. The painting below is called Visual Synthesis of the Idea, War, and it's by Gino Severini, right at the beginning of World War I. What I want you to do for this journal is take a few minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes, and just look at this painting. And you can see it's very abstracted. The futurists kind of build on abstraction. And then start to list all the items or objects that you see in this artwork, such as this boat anchor over here on the right-hand side. So you're going to do that probably with bullet points. Then what I want you to do in a short paragraph, tell me what the title of the artwork means. Again, that's Visual Synthesis of the Idea, War. And then why do you think that artist left out human presence in this painting? That is what you're going to do for journal number 11. Now, journal 12 is very similar to journal 2. We saw the Medici film early on in this semester. This time we have a documentary on this lady who buys a painting at a thrift shop. Turns out it could be an undiscovered work by Jackson Pollock. And this documentary traces her way of authenticating this artwork. So the movie guide is going to be, instead of clicking the link, I'm just going to show you where it is. It's right here. The documentary is right here. And then the further exploration section. So for the movie guide, please do not use any AI tools for this. I want your ideas, thoughts about the character. And so please just from the film is what I'm looking for, not any external sources. I've got all the characters in order of appearance. Some of the questions relate to, do you think Terry's painting is authentic? From the documentary, support your statement with specific scenes. Thomas Hoving believes that this is not an authentic Pollock. Why not? Division amongst the social classes. Which character is the most trustworthy? Some definitions. Who's your favorite character, and so on. So that's what you're going to turn in for your final journal entry. You'll be able to submit those in the next module, Module 8. After futurism, we do have surrealism. This is a lecture not by me. Our study guide and then the further exploration section here is just one video for the most famous artwork of surrealism, The Persistence of Memory. The final lecture this semester is on abstract expressionism. This is where Jackson Pollock falls into. This is also our first American art movement, so it's a very important key art movement. It's the last thing we discuss in Survey 2, but when I teach contemporary art, it's the very first thing I cover. So it kind of borders that modernism, postmodernism field. For the further exploration section here, I've got some videos, a Mark Rothko auction, and if you have not seen the movie Pollock, it is excellent. It came out, scary to think, a quarter of a century ago, but it was up for Best Picture. It did win Academy Awards. You got Val Kilmer right here. Ed Harris plays Jackson Pollock. It's a really, really good film. And here's another segment of that right here. So, fun fact, Ed Harris, even though he went to school and got a degree in cinema and theater arts, he was also an art historian, took art history classes. So, that is everything with the exception of the project this week. So the last thing you have to do is a check-in. So all you have to do is click on that. This is the only question, and it's worth 10 points. You only have one choice of answer, okay? So you cannot miss this. This is the easiest project to complete over the semester. All you have to do is click the bottom button and press submit. For our final exam, it is going to be open from Monday the 20th to Friday the 24th of July. There are 50 questions on the exam. It's just like the midterm, 2 points each. The exam covers all the material since the midterm, so nothing about the Renaissance is going to be on it. Everything from photography and Manet and Impressionism all the way up to Terry's documentary. Make sure you have watched all the lectures, reviewed the study guides, as well as the further exploration material. Right now, this is what I've been busy grading. The journals from the first 6, those are still in progress. I hopefully will be done by the time you watch this video, or at least when this is open. So I just have about 15 left. The school had me doing 8 hours of training over the past week or so, and that is where all my free time has gone. So I apologize. I'm normally so much quicker at these projects, but those 8 hours just were awful. That's all I have to say. The discussion photography just closed on Sunday, and by the time I'm recording this, if you see this video, it does close on the 12th. Make sure you've done your reply to another student. The Modern Architecture Worksheet, that is still open. There's a grace period until the 19th. And once again, the final exam and journals 7 through 12, those must be completed and submitted by the 24th. If you do see any errors in your previous projects, please bring those to my attention so I can go over and review things. No changes to the gradebook can be made after the final exam is taken, and please do not use this as an opportunity to see if you can turn in anything late for partial credit, anything like that. That would be unfair to others. All the due dates and extensions have passed. The letter grades for this course are due to the registrar on the last day of the month, the 31st. That means you'll be able to view your grades on August the 1st. So all you have to do, click OK, got it, click Submit Quiz, and you get 10 points. It's pretty easy. All right, so I'll take this moment to thank you for being in this course. I hope you've enjoyed the material here. Next week, I'll just have a very quick video just reminding you that the final exam and journal submissions are then open. With that, hope you have a great week, and please reach out via email if you have any questions.